Hello students, today we are going to look at the concept of LCM and HCF in Java. How to calculate LCM and HCF. The concept of LCM HCF is there in 11th and 12th also, but the logic is different in 11th and 12th. So we'll be discussing that also. First we are going to discuss about LCM and HCF calculation in 10th class. So let's look. Suppose we are going to take two numbers from the user with scanner and we have to find out the LCM. So we are going to declare here a variable like I, which is going to have A to B. Then a variable LCM, which is initialized with 0 initially. And if suppose we are using a for loop, we'll leave this and we'll say I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. If I modulus A is equal to 0 and I modulus B is equal to 0, then LCM is I, and outside the loop we are going to print LCM. What is this logic doing? Suppose we are taking two numbers A and B as 8 and 6. So I is equal to A into B is going to take 48. 8 into 6 is 48. For me, we are going to check 48 is greater than equal to 1. So this loop is going to work till I decreases and becomes 1. So 48 is greater than equal to 1 is a true condition. It will come inside. Here it is going to check if 48 is divisible by 8 and 48 is divisible by 6. And it is a true condition because 48 comes in the table of 8 also and in the table of 6 also. So presently this variable LCM, which was initialized with 0, will become 48. For the present time it is going to consider that 48 is the LCM. Then with I minus minus I decreases and becomes 47. 47 is divisible by 8 and 47 is divisible by 6. No. I decreases, then it becomes 46. 46 is greater than equal to 1. Yes. But 46 comes in neither of the tables. Then I minus minus becomes 45 and so on. It keeps on decreasing and each and every number is being tested with the tables of 8 and 6. But none of the numbers they come in the table of 8 and 6 till it reaches a number 24. 24 is divisible by 8 and 24 is divisible by 6 is the true condition. LCM is going to remove 48 from the memory and take 24 as the LCM. Now after that, it will keep on decreasing till it reaches to 1. But ultimate answer which is present in LCM is 24. So when it comes out of the loop, it will print here 24 as the answer. This is a very simple logic which is used in 10th class. This logic was about LCM. Let's look at HCF. If the same numbers have to be calculated for HCF, then in that case, we will declare here I and HCF as a variable. And our for loop is going to run from I is equal to 1, I less than equal to math.max, A comma B, I plus plus. If A modulus I is equal to 0 and B modulus I is equal to 0, HCF becomes I. System dot out of println. So if suppose this is 8 and 6 again that we have given as an input, I is going to run from 1 till the max of both. Out of the two, 8 is the maximum, so the loop is going to run up till 8. If 8 modulus 1 is 0 and 6 modulus 1 is 0, this is a true condition. Each and every number comes in the table of 1. So HCF presently will take I, that is 1, as the HCF currently. Then I plus plus I becomes 2. 2 is less than equal to 8. Now we are just going to check if 8 modulus 2 is 0 and 6 modulus 2 is 0. This is true again. HCF is going to remove 1 and take 2 as the HCF. I becomes 3. 3 is less than equal to the max of both. But 8 and 6 do not come in the table of 3. 6 comes in the table of 3, but 8 doesn't come. And the AND condition says if both of them come in the table of 3, then only take HCF. So it will keep on increasing, but in neither of the numbers now both of them come. Either 8 comes there or 6 comes. Either 8 comes or 6 comes. So outside the loop, ultimate answer which is present in HCF is 2, which will be printed. This is the HCF. This is also a simple logic which is used in 10. Now let's look at the logic which is used in 11th and 12th class for calculating LCM and HCF. This is the logic which is used to calculate LCM in 11th and 12th class. First of all, we are going to take A and B as input. We are going to find out which is the greatest. If A is greater than B, then largest number is A and smallest number is B. Otherwise, largest number is B and smallest number is A. Answer, that is the variable in which we are going to calculate the LCM, is going to take the largest number. Now, for example, again here if I take 8 and 6 as my inputs, the answer is going to take 8. While 8 modulus SM was what? 6. So 8 modulus 6 is not equal to 0 is a true condition because 8 doesn't come in the table of 6. The remainder is coming out to be 2. It is not 0. So this condition is true. It will come inside. Answer is 8. LA is 8. So answer will become how much? 16. Present the answer has become 16. But LA is always 8. Remember this thing. Now taking 16, it will check here. 16 modulus 6 is not equal to 0. Again, it's a true condition. Answer which was 16 is going to add 8 to itself. 16 plus 8 will become 24, which has again become the value of answer. Taking 24, it will check here. 24 modulus 6 is not equal to 0. But 24 comes in the table of 6 and the remainder is 0. The loop is not going to enter inside and the condition turns out to be false. So outside the loop, we are getting the answer as 24. This program you can check with any numbers in which you have to find out the LCM and the HCM. So what did we do? We first found out the largest and the smallest. We gave the largest number to a variable in which we have to calculate the LCM. Then we are going to check if that largest number is not divisible by the smallest number. Keep on adding the LA, the largest number, into answer, into that LCM value. It keeps on incrementing till it is completely divisible by the smallest number. And then we are getting the LCM. Now let's look at the HCF. In HCF also we are going to find out the largest and the smallest. And we are going to take a variable like suppose 10. We are going to check while 10 not equal to 0. This is the true condition. 10 is going to first of all divide your largest number by the smallest. And we are going to check if 10 has become 0. Then what will be printed? The smallest number will be your LCM. Otherwise, it will go to the else part and it will take largest number as SM. Smallest number is going to take 10 as the smallest number. What's happening in this? Again, if we work on 8 and 6, we have found out the largest and the smallest. Temp is 1. 1 is not equal to 0 is a true condition. Here 8 modulus 6 will give you a remainder 2, which will be stored in 10. If 2 is equal to 0, this is a false condition. It will go to the else part. The largest number has become what? 6. 6, which was the smallest number previously, has now become the largest number. And smallest number has taken the remainder 2 as the smallest number. So now largest number is 6 and SM is 2. Taking this, it will go back here and check whether temp was not equal to 0 previously. Yes, temp was 2 last time. It will come inside 6 modulus 2 will give you 0, which will be stored in temp. Now if temp is 0, then with SOPLN the smallest number 2 is going to be printed as your HCF and the program ends up here. So what did we do? We kept on dividing the largest number by the smallest till we get 0 as a remainder. If we are getting 0 as a remainder, the smallest number becomes your HCF. Otherwise, keep on exchanging. Take the smallest number as the largest number and the remainder as the next smallest number. This is the logic of LCM and HCF for 12th class. Hope you have understood the concept for 10th and 12th. We'll come up with more videos. If you have understood it, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.